will cost, you're going to see a lot of companies, small companies, big companies, go out of business. They're going to take their losses, and they're going to get out of Dodge. And it's going to happen rather quick, right? So when you have a shortage of trucks moving product, you're going to have it's going to take a lot more time for that product to get on the shelves, because there are only going to be a couple of companies that's going to be able to move this stuff. And I was just in a driver's meeting 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I was in a driver's meeting about 2 weeks ago. And these companies that ship their products to the U.S., they're stopping. They're stopping solely off of fuel. Because once the fuel goes up, then the companies hauling said products have to charge accordingly to ship to move that product to wherever it has to go. And a lot of companies are getting rid of their contracts with a lot of these companies. So a lot of these companies are losing contracts due to fuel. So not only will you have a large amount of companies going out of business strictly on fuel, but you're going to have a longer time for said materials to get to us due to no one being able to move it. So with that being said, I would rather you play it safe than sorry and start stacking up the stuff that you need to get, that you normally get, because I'm not saying that's going to be a desert out here, right? But it might just be a desert out here. It's definitely about to be a hard time for a lot of trucking companies, especially your small 1 to 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 trucks. It's going to be a hard time for them. It's going to be hard for your mid-sized companies. It's going to be hard, very hard, for your larger companies as well. So at the end of the day, to the truckers, know when to hold and when to fold. Pretty much it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be hard. And to be completely honest with you, trucking is just a small portion of it. There's a lot more that will go into this, right? And if you want me to, I'll talk about it.
Y'all heard the man. Y'all heard the man. That's the state of the union right now. No, it's common sense, bro. If all of the freight, all of the goods and services and things of that nature have to go through a truck, if it's expensive for the truck driver, then that means that the cost is going to trickle down to us eventually if it hasn't already began, which is crazy. And they're telling you that this ain't it.
First, Kal Halayim La YAHAWAH Bahashem YAHAWAH Waha Rahak Kwadash. All praises and glory go to you, Lord. Double honors and respect go to our apostles, bishops, elders, and teachers, the men of Great Millstone. To you I say shalom. Salutations to the hopeful elect. It's your brother Amriah. And I got this snippet from the brother Zadok Amron, House of David. Shalom to you, brother. Always doing edifying lessons. But I pulled this snippet for a reason, because this is the rippling effect. All right. The topic of the video was the price of fuel is going to put trucking out of business. All right. And without trucking, the heartbeat of America, you're going to have famine, because there will be a disruption in the supply chains. All right. It's going to get far worse than you can imagine, people. And there's no amount of prepping that's going to save your behinds from what is coming, all right, except repenting if you are of the house of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, all right? But things are about to get far worse, all right, in so many different categories, all right? You have multiple different businesses shutting down, laying off large amounts of people continually, all right? You have them moving towards the famine of the word, all right, passing laws and legislations in Canada that would allow them to incarcerate those that street preach. You have them moving towards the MOT to the B in Mexico, saying that all transactions for fuel and other various transactions must be done digitally, no longer accepting cash payment, all right? So as we move towards the agenda, just understand it's Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi will. This is the direction things are heading, all right? I'm just going to pull from Zephaniah chapter 1 because things are about to get far worse, as I've already stated. And verse 2 is where I'll begin, but I'm going to skip through the chapter. All right. Verse 2, it says, I will utterly consume all things from off the land, saith Yahawah. Right. So the Lord has ill intentions for this world, consumed by evil, consumed by wickedness. 2/3 of the nation of Israel, useless. All right. Unwilling to repent, unwilling to turn back to Yahawah by Hashem Yahweh Shai. You have the heathens in the world that have decided to try to overthrow prophecy. All right. And the Lord put the spirit on them, honestly. He wants them to fight so that he can utterly destroy all things that are against his will, all right, that are against his, purpose for the future. Skipping down to verse 7, it says, hold your peace at the presence of Yahawah by Hashem Yahweh Shai, for the day of Yahawah is at hand. For Yahawah have prepared a sacrifice, he have bid his guests, right? All right, Esau, Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man that rules in the world today, Donald Duck being a portion of this alumni, is being bid to the day of the Lord's wrath. He's being prepared as a sacrifice that will be consumed in the valley of Yahawah Shaphat. All right, they're being gathered there as we speak. All of this incident over here in the Straits of Hormuz has led the Lord to put them into the trick bag and leading them right up to their final destination. He had bid his guest. Verse 8, and it shall come to pass in the day of Yahawah's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children, and all such are clothed with strange apparel. This is the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. All right, your punishment is coming soon. 66.6 some percent of the nation of Israel will be punished because of different philosophies and traditions they have taken on, accustomed from these heathens, and refuse to repent, refuse to turn back unto Yahawah by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and therefore the Lord is about to punish them as well with their enemies. Verse 9, in the same day also will I punish all those that leap on the threshold, which fill their masters' houses with violence and deceit. All right, that speaks for itself. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahawah, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. And this has been occurring for some years already. All right, the ancient fish gate is the modern day stock market. And there's a noise of a cry. There's an alarm, okay? And there's going to be a crashing of the markets. And as you can already see, multiple reports, I could have put them in the video, but just understand I've been watching this with a thorough eye. If the prices of a barrel of oil go up above $150 a barrel, this could destabilize the world's economy and send it into recession. All right. So there is going to be a crashing of the stock market. All right. And the hills are just a metaphor for governments. These governments are about to experience a crashing of their stock markets. All right. And some would say by design. I would say by design of Yahawah, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. But ultimately, the way of life as you know it is about to change once this occurs. And this is occurring and has been occurring for the last few years. Verse 11, howl ye inhabitants of Maktesh, all you people that live in indulgence, okay? Howl ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off, right? All right. America, Babylon the Great will no longer be a gold mine for you merchants, you people, you sellers out there, because as you already know, America, Babylon the Great is a nation that consumes only. It's a consuming nation. This is why the gas prices are going to affect life. So in America, it doesn't manufacture anything. All right. It buys all its goods and it imports them. And without people being able to afford the fuel, it will no longer be a gold mine, as I've already said. Verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a people before it is a place. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, you confusion of faces. Brothers all around the world with the spirit on them. And they don't all look alike. They're not all cookie cut. All right? And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart that Yahawah will not do good, neither will he do evil. Therefore their goods shall become a spoil, a desolation, a booty, a bounty, a reward of war. Therefore their goods shall become a booty in their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them. Right? Do you understand what is coming for America, Babylon the Great? Utter annihilation. All right? And the Lord has so much disdain for America, Babylon the Great, and these so-called white people that are ruling the world in unrighteousness, that he is going to pick them apart slowly, enjoyably, right? And has been for some time. Is wisdom no more in teeming? All right? So because of injuries, matter of fact, let's just get it. Is it 11? It is 11. Second answer is 11. And I'm going to scroll down. Verse 41, and this is where we will end out. For the earth have you not judged with truth. This is speaking to Esau, Edom. The fourth beast is tied to Esau, Edom, and Rome, all right, and has been in rulership for some time. America is Rome 2.0, and the Lord is speaking to the fourth beast, saying, you have not judged the world with truth. Verse 42, for you have afflicted the meek, you have hurt the peaceable, you have loved liars and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and have cast down the walls of such as did you no harm. Right? America has been at war. Rome, period, has, I once was told in one of those study periods back in school that Rome was one of the deadliest, if not the deadliest, military mights ever known in mankind, and there will be nothing like it ever again, except America is Rome 2.0, okay? And ultimately, it has lived its entire existence in violence. Verse 43, therefore is your wrong dealing come onto the highest, Yahawah, by Hashem Yahawashi, and your pride onto the mighty. The highest also have looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. Right? His time is up. TikTok, your time is up. Revelations 12:12, the devil shall come down upon you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Roughly paraphrasing. All right? Your time is up. And that's why they're moving in haste. That's why they're getting sloppy. All right? Esau, Edom, is wisdom no more in Timah. Therefore, your dealings, your wrongful dealings have come onto the highest, Yahawah, by Hashem Yahawashi, your pride onto the mighty. The highest also have looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended. Right? Your days of living in deliciousness is over. And his abominations are fulfilled, and therefore appear no more thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy malicious heads, nor your hurtful claws, nor all your vain body, that all the earth may be refreshed and may return, being delivered from your violence, and that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her. Hey, that's all we can all hope for, all right? But you better hope, if you're of the house of Israel, that the Lord has your name written in the book of life, because we're at the end of the book. Shalom.